Every time we put food on the table, we rely on a farmer. Yet they're facing challenges we don't realise. The sector is being forced to evolve to survive. This is future-proofing farming. In 2016, Emma O'Sullivan became a widow at aged 27. Emma was from a farming background and met Daniel, who was an agricultural contractor in a local pub when she was 22.
We ended up then, I found out I was pregnant with our daughter. So we had Mally, and you could see things were starting to unravel, like really quickly. Like his mental health started to really kind of show itself. He was very, very anxious, had very bad social anxiety, so he wouldn't go anywhere. I found myself in this position where I was just doing what he wanted to do because I thought that was the right thing, whereas ultimately it wasn't. You know, I was kind of missing the elephant in the room a little bit.
In the agriculture industry, 3 people take their own lives each week. Because of this devastating statistic, many people in the sector have experienced loss due to suicide.
Growing up in farming, I was aware of people who had mental health problems. My first real experience, I suppose, was when a friend from Young Farmers, from my Young Farmers Club, took his own life. That was completely unexpected to me as a 14-year-old, to see somebody who was 18 die and, you know, not understanding why that might have happened.
After the suicide of Daniel in 2016, Emma decided she wanted to use his memory and help others. The Daniel Picton Jones Foundation supports families and farmers across Wales. Last year, the charity supported 200 individuals. The charity offers counselling services and raises awareness of warning signs for people interacting with agricultural workers. One of their key missions is to break down the stigma about discussing suicide.
And I remember speaking to someone, and they were like, about suicide awareness and stuff, and they were like, the best thing you can do is just ask somebody if they're suicidal. And I was like, what? Like, that's ridiculous. And they were like, no, you just ask them. And it was like, no, I can't do that. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, yeah, that's the most obvious thing. Why don't we ask people about suicide when ultimately it's like the most hidden thing that people don't talk about? And so I kind of made it my mission to use the word suicide as well.
Men working in the agriculture sector have a higher suicide risk than other industries. And whilst the charity does all it can to help reduce this, they also help bereaved families who have been impacted by suicide.
If somebody makes a choice to end their life, that won't have been an easy decision for them to take, but it will have seemed like the only option they had. What we want to make sure is that other people know that there are other options, that there are other ways forward. Obvious people will be the immediate family of someone who's died, their parents, their siblings, their children, but also their friends and their community.
Farmers are in a unique industry where their livelihoods depend on things they can't control.
You just constantly got this battle of, are we heading in the right direction? Are we doing the right thing? This constant uncertainty.
Conversations about mental health and suicide are louder than they have been, but charities such as the DPJ and the work they are doing is going to continue to be crucial for supporting farmers in the future.